that where we spent so much money on fabric that we couldn't actually do the collection. So we've got two. So we got two looks, and the biggest venue we've ever had.
One of the platforms of Duckie Brown has always been to push the envelope, and we try to not deal with the rules, but do what we want. You get our vibe, and that's why we're happy to have you as our hair and grooming people, and so we want to go with your impulsive.
Obviously, collaborating with Duckie Brown is thrilling for us. So, to come in and hear about, how varied their collection is, gives us the latitude to really be kind of experimental with the hair. So it sounds like we're starting with an idea that the texture will be consistent, but very lived in. It'll look a little dirty. Nothing's going to be clean looking. I think as the day goes, we're going to start varying shape, which I think fits in with what they're doing with the collection.
It's sort of like a messed up chignon.
I love this cardigan. The inspiration is us and living here and moving here and breathing here and seeing you and seeing him with the camera and seeing you, and it's everybody around us. So there isn't this like we based it on that. It's everything. Like this collection is about everything.
I think when it comes down to it, our inspiration is just based on our inner story, and I don't think there's always words for that.
That was so serious.
Well, I was having a moment.
I always love Duckie Brown shows. I think they're one of the reasons why I love coming to New York and seeing men's shows here.
The starting point is always the end of one season, actually, so fall 2010. Takes us into spring 2011. For us, it's always a continuing story. The Duckie Brown spring tends to be a little looser, a little easier, wouldn't you say?
Well, I think the starting point for me was like we used a lot of Scottish fabrics. We used a lot of traditional tartans, which are normally associated with winter. And I spoke to the mill, Loch Karen, in Scotland and said, can we do some very loose, very lightweight tropical wools in tartans? And I think that was the starting point for me. From that we were like, okay, we've always wanted to do a collection where we've used so many different fabrics. So we were like, tartans, plaids, laces, tweeds, prints.
It became a situation where it was like, all right, let's try to do a collection where the idea is that every look will be a different fabrication, will be a different color and a different pattern.
So we are trying to use a different fabric for every piece of clothing, and it was expensive to do, but I think we managed to do it.
Camouflage, there was a computer chip print, there was...
But there wasn't any specific rhyme or reason. It wasn't like it had to fit in anything. So it was like, where are the bugs from? I don't know. It's just that we like the bug print.
We like them, and I think that if you overthink it, then it looks like you overthought it. And I think, there's something about this collection that feels very intuitive, and I think it is about intuitive dressing, and I think it's about putting together what you want in unexpected ways, and I think the collection reflects that.
It was an interesting show because it felt like they were going back to a spirit that defined their collections at the very, very beginning. I thought there was that sort of playfulness, sort of slightly spooky playfulness that was the reason why I loved them in the first place.
we moved in the middle of doing this collection, so I think that there was a certain freedom. It's like, I think it's just done something where we've been able to let loose a little bit with this collection. There's not so much constriction or restriction or whatever the word you could say.
I mean, I love it just because it's very different and very varied, yet the shapes are, to some extent, very classic, but of course we're still playing with proportion.
This is one of the showpieces. This is lace. This is basically the most expensive mesh that you can get. This is all handmade in Italy. It's, I mean, it's just pieced together lace flowers. It's a fashion show. It's like we're trying to put looks together that maybe don't go together. You're not necessarily wearing that out on the street. It's a fashion show. So maybe you take one of the looks and put it with a white t-shirt, one of the pairs of trousers and put it with the top with the jeans. It's like, it's a fantasy that we do.
You know what? And I would also I'd wear it all together like that as well. I wouldn't say, well, I'll take this piece and wear it with jeans. I'd wear it the way they showed it.
It's like we're just proposing ideas. It's not about, we want you to wear this bug print with that, but I mean, that's for the fun of it.
And I like it when you can see it all together. I was just saying that I do like the walkout when you see the whole arc of the show, and you can see how it began very, very simply and quite a pure thing that got more and more corrupted as the show went on. So the final looks were like complete and utter kooky corruption.
We want people to take our clothing, to take what we do as fashion and make it their own. And we want them to wear it in their way. At Duckie Brown, we want to show you fashion. We want to titillate you. We want to make your blood boil. We want a reaction out of you. You can love it, you can hate it, it doesn't matter. But if you're talking about it, that's the thing.